Hey YouTube. The reason why I'm doing this video, this is one of my motivational videos. I am not a dog. I'm made in the image of God. At this point in our lives, we're going through so many different things. We're being abused, we're being dogged out, we're being mistreated. You know, even people that have been dogged out has to have mercy on us because it's so bad that it's like we feel defeated. But in this season, we have to realize that we are not a dog, but we're made in the image of God. We're made like God. We're a reflection of God. So there's certain things that we can't allow because we're going through turmoil to sit up there and tear us apart and break us apart and lack motivation, lack direction, lack knowledge, because we're being torn apart by certain people and we're going through drama. We're going through this period where it seems like everything is desolate and it does not line up with the word of God. But at this point, it's when we have to actually realize that we're made in the image of God, so certain things we're not going to give into. Now, we sit up there, we talk about Job, and the word is job. Have you tried a servant's job? Have you ever tried to face what Job faced and actually come out on top? Remind you, everybody sits up there. Everybody wants to be a master. Everybody wants to be a master. Everybody wants to control something. Everybody wants to have power. Everybody wants to have authority. But none of them want God. God say, I'm the master of all masters. You ain't going to find a master tougher than me. You ain't going to find a master stronger than me. You ain't going to find a God better than me. And he also said, it is okay for a servant to want to be like his master, do what his master do, and align with his master as a master. Do you understand what I'm saying? So everybody wants to be the master of all masters, but at the same time, you don't want to be in alignment with a real master. You want to sit up here, you want to perpetrate. You want to pretend. The moment turmoil comes, you don't want to sit up there and stand like God would stand. You want to stand like a dog. You want to sit up there and you want to crawl on all fours instead of standing like a man the way God created you to stand. You don't want to sit up there. You don't want to be a reflection of God's image. You want to crawl in the gutter with the rest of them. Now I'm going to tell you something. God is already calling you from that and have called you from that, have administered into you an elite line of knowledge and education so that you can sit up there and you can stand next to him and do the things that he do. But the moment conflict comes, you're not standing like Job was saying. You're not on your job like a soldier's supposed to be on his job. You sitting up there, you caving. You can't cave. You got to sit up there, you got to let them know, I'm going to serve God no matter what. So guess what? We ain't going to do what a dog would do, which is the reverse of God. We going to stand like God even when it ain't looking godly for us. We're not going to smoke weed. We're not going to drink. We're not going to partake in things of this world because we are not of this world. We are not of the matriarch system. We are above that. We are not of the matrix. We are above that. We are caving into situations that are beneath us. That are beneath us. We got the code to exit. We got the code to enter. But at the same time, which one are we really trying to do? Are we trying to govern or are we trying to be governed over? When will we stand up with self-discipline? When will we stand up with motivation? Everybody want to be motivated, but at the same time, we're lacking discipline. Get up. Get on your job. Get on your discipline. We are disciples. It's going to take something. It's never easy. It's never nice. It's never sweet. Let me be real with you. Some days I sit here and I'm going through, and I sit up there and I take moments where I need to rest. I take moments when I need to have a break. I take moments when I feel like life is breaking me. I take these breathing moments and I'm just sitting there, I'm sleeping, I'm just resting, I'm re-energizing, trying to recoup and stuff like that. And sometimes even in my rest, I get no rest because the enemy always want to fight. So therefore I come up and I sit up there and I come on YouTube and I start telling him what he ain't going to do. What you're not going to do, you're not going to run nothing. What you're not going to do, you're not going to take my life. What you're not going to do, you're not going to have, because you're not going to sit up here and take what God has given to me and feel like you're going to be comfortable as long as you're using it. Because I serve a God that's greater than you. I serve a God, you think that you're COVID and you're not visible. But I serve a God that stay on the scene and has an all-seeing eye. So what I don't see, he sees. So you mastered the art of deception. You mastered the art of blinding me through Delilah, which was a dude. You mastered the art of doing all this stuff, but now I'm with who I'm supposed to be with. I'm with alignment, so certain things ain't going to work in this season. You're not going to dog me out in this season because of the simple fact that I done sat up here and I'm rolling with God now. And even when I'm at my lowest state, I'm still in a godly state. So when you stand up there, you kicking me. When you stand up there, you tying tourniquets to my legs and my arms and my body, trying to destroy every cell in me. My God sat up there and say, don't even worry about it. Don't stress over the one that can destroy the body but can't destroy the soul. Get up and do what I told you to do. Greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. You're going to go in some places and you're going to go by yourself and you're going to sit up there and you're going to actually see how great God is. You're going to see that God was orchestrating your life while they was trying to take it. You're going to see that God was sitting up there pushing you and propelling you into your destiny while they was trying to take it. You're going to see that basically you have knowledge on things that you didn't even know that you had knowledge on because they took a lot of things. But God said, listen to me, they can't take it and keep it unless you sitting up there and you aligning yourself with them. Just stay aligned with me. I'm going to get you back all that. They done set up there. They decided to tell you lies. See, one thing about the enemy is full of lies. The enemy's going to sit up there and the enemy's going to tell you can't make it. But you are that camel through the eye of the needle. You are that impossible that makes things possible. Nobody was able to do it before you did it. So therefore, you are the one that makes things possible. And the only time they talk about a person making things possible is when they was talking about God. How can a camel go through the eye of a needle? But he says with God, all this is possible. All of this is possible. Nothing is stopping you but you. Get in alignment with a God. So when you sitting up there and you at your lowest level, they're looking at you at your lowest level, but you can make meals. Look, I only plan to make meals for 2 people. I'm sitting up here and I can make meals for multiples. I only plan to do this for myself. I didn't plan for all this other stuff to go down, but yet and still I'm blessed enough where I can actually share. A lot of times you're going to see God work in abundance even with your little bit. You only got a little bit of something and God's working in abundance even with that little bit. Like, okay, I'm finna expand you. You only got a little bit of something. But God's still on his expansion. God's still sitting up there expanding you, still growing you and stuff like that. And learn another thing, to be thankful for the small things. Everybody can't be thankful for what God gives. Everybody can't be motivated for what God gives. Because everybody's sitting up there and they thinking to themselves like, okay, well, God's not giving enough. Let me be real with you. I'm thankful for the little bit, but at the same time, there's a part of me that hunger and thirsts for more. Yeah, I got a greedy spirit. It's not the greedy that most people think. It's the greedy that, okay, I know that I deserve more. I'm not going to go out there and rob and steal for it. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to work for it. I know I deserve more than this. So what am I going to do? I'm going to get up and I'm going to go out and I'm going to work for it. I'm going to get up and I'm going to go out and I'm going to do what it takes so that I can have it. I'm sick and tired of being on government assistance. I'm not going to accept government assistance no more because there's some things that I want to have and I got to go out there and I got to claim it. I started realizing that in life people were eating off my plate more than I was capable of eating off my plate. And then I started sitting up there, started strategizing, how do I stop this from happening to me? People are receiving money that's supposed to be my money. I can't get my money because they getting it. I can't get my blessing because they're getting it. So I had to start motivating myself and saying, hey, I'm going to come up with strategies on how I can advance, how I can get better. What that means, sometimes it means sacrifice. I'm not sacrificing to idol gods, but I'm sacrificing to myself because I know all these programs was made up under God, but guess what? While they're made up under God, y'all doing the same thing y'all did when Solomon was building the temple. When Solomon was building the temple, God's giving you in abundance. I'm giving you double what I'm giving you 3 times your portion. But at the same time, it's somebody else only giving you 1/3 of that. I'm giving you 3 times your portion, but another person's eating off your portion and eating way more than you're supposed to be eating. And then on top of that, you got people at the house trying to eat off you too. You got everybody that want to eat the meal, but at the same time don't want to go through the burdens that you go through. I started asking this one time. I said, can you go through the hell that I go through to get it? You want what I have. Can you go through what I go through to get it? I remember Jesus also telling, it was this rich man that came to him. He said, man, I've been doing following all the commandments since I was a child. Since I was a child. Okay. You good. You got that. I like how you follow all the commandments since you was a child. Now, can you go through what I go through to actually get what God has for me? Will you sacrifice your riches? The rich man walked away because he didn't want the sacrifice. He didn't want the burdens. Look, you asking me to sacrifice everything for a promise of nothing, really? I can't see what you're promising me. I'm a rich man. It took time. It took effort to get there. He couldn't go through what Job went through. He couldn't go through the servant job that Job went through. Job went through with nothing. With nothing. Job had to rebuild. Can you imagine being rich and now you working at McDonald's? You working at Trader Joe's? You doing what you got to do to get to the next level and to bring yourself back up? Because I know some rich men that had to do that. I know some rich people that went and worked at Publix and hid out at Publix, but you are a superstar. You are a celebrity, but you at Publix, and I'm seeing you fix subs, and I know that you was great, and I know that you have the potential to outdo any and everybody and stuff like that. But guess what? You're at Subway, and you're making moves at Subway. How many of you in that state would still sit up there and see yourself in alignment with God? Nobody would, right? But remind you, God said the greatest among you is the one that serves. But nobody want to serve. Everybody want to seat at the table. So when the servants come in, who have learned from the bottom and the lowest of the lows, when the gatekeepers come in, who had to stand and could not rest, when those that sit up there and have worked and labored, when those that have been the maids, the ones that swept the floor and was actually in real servitude working, come in, don't think that you better than them because you only got the rest because you a baby. Because the real job was with the servants who was actually handling business, trying to keep things calm, trying to sweep the floor, trying to mop, trying to do the real work while you were just chilling. But you thought you was better than them because you was sitting at the table when you ain't really even knew what it took to be a servant. Whole time, they the eyes. They the all-seeing eyes. There was so much things that was supposed to attack you that they kept off of you. In servitude. But y'all don't get it. So stop worrying about whether you're a servant, because the servant can be of God and in alignment with God too. That's not you being dogged out because you're in servitude. That's not you being lesser because you're in servitude. Just because you're in a project doesn't mean that you have to sit up there and conform yourself to the ways of project people. You can change the project statistics. Statistically, it say everybody that's in the project is either a junkie, drug addict, or on alcohol. You change those statistics when you don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't get involved in prostitution, you don't do any drugs, you don't do nothing, and you sit up there and you actually serve God. Now you brought about a different statistics into a project area. That may be the reason why you had to go so low, to show somebody that it's possible for you to actually be at this level and not compromise. And trust me, there are some other people that's supposed to be on your team going to try to make you cave because they ain't really for you. They're going to try to make it even harder for you. They send back that they seeing you do it the right way. They know it's supposed to go completely through and clear, but they send up that they denying you. I'm going to see if so-and-so going to do it legit, because they couldn't do it themselves. They weren't strong enough to stand the way you standing and standing for God. If they could have did it themselves, they would have did it. But you even showed them it was possible, because they themselves didn't believe that it was possible. Man, this is impossible. But nothing is impossible with God. So you're showing them a whole new life, a whole new epidemic. Stop listening to people saying that you were born to lose, because you weren't born to lose. God didn't create you as a loser. God said, I created you in my image. Do it look like I'm the type to lose? You'll see Armageddon 1,000,000 times before you see God lose. God will wipe out the whole earth before you ever see him lose. You are not a loser, born in God's image. You was born to win. You was born to have. You was born to be great. Stop letting them psych you out. They scared of you. They are scared of you. Stop letting them tell you that you're a dog when you was predestined to align with God. Man, God's going to put me on a level where I'll be looked at as a God. He said, Moses was looked at by the people as a God because he's trying to serve God diligently. This is the realm that God's trying to bring you in, and your enemy don't want you in it. Stop playing while y'all kids, when you're kids, or whether you're an adult and you go to school. Stop playing in their schools. Take everything serious. Everything serious. It's a time where you cut on, and it's a time where you cut off. Adult women and men, go back, re-educate yourself. Get on an IXL program. Get on a phonics program. Get on different programs. Learn different things. Learn a different language. Constantly be learning. You are infinite. That means that you have never obtained enough. Even when you obtained enough, that's where this spirit of greed comes from. You haven't obtained enough when you even obtained enough, because wisdom is infinite. So therefore, you must constantly be infinite, constantly learning, constantly growing. You wondering why you're so unfulfilled, why you walking around with diabetes, you walking around with this, you walking around with that, because you're not occupied. Your mind's not occupied. So anything and everything go on. Idle hands always get into trouble. Idle mind will always get into trouble. Occupy it. There's a time to rest. I'm going to be real with you. In seasons, I rest. I rest all day. I rest all night. I'm resting. I'm resting up for the moment that it's time for me to get in there and fight. The moment that it's time for me to get into the arena and show them what I'm made of. Listen to me. You're going to always get those no's. You're going to always get those boos when you step into the arena. But my job is to sit up there and make you cheer. You booed me when I first got into this. You thought you was going to dominate me when I first got into this. You thought that you was going to destroy me when I first got into this. Now that I'm a part of God, oh, it ain't no destruction no more. Oh, this is reconstruction. The game changing because I'm in it. The game got decayed because I'm in it. The game ain't going to be the same because I'm in it. Until you take me out of it, it ain't going to sit up and it ain't going to never be the same. I got things trying to puppeteer me and control me. I got things trying to sit up there and conjure up spirits against me. I got things that's trying to dominate over me. I sat up there and I told sin, you ain't going to win ever again. When I told sin, you can't win again, sin started trying to compel me, trying to puppeteer me, trying to Pied Piper to me. I sat up there and I gave it to God and I began to believe in the word of God, and I sat up there and I took back all of me. Not 1 ounce of me are you going to have. Not nothing that I got going on for me you're going to have. My whole game plan is independence, financial independence, living independent. Everything is independent. I no longer want to be subjected under nobody rule, man. Even in my housing assignment, I don't want to be in an apartment. I want to be in a house. I don't want to owe a mortgage. I want to pay it off. I got plans for myself, and my plans include me actually being great. But what does that mean? I cannot allow certain people into my atmosphere. When Jesus began to resurrect the damsel who had died, they say she said already, it's no need for you to even go in there. There's no need for none of that. They dead. It's over with. Because of their disbelief, I can't even have you in my atmosphere. Because you don't believe in me, I can't have you in my atmosphere. Because you lack faith in me, I can't have you in my atmosphere, because your negativity is spiritual. It can destroy me. I can't tell you how many times I told people to get from around me in this season. Spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, I need you from around me. There is nothing you can give to me with that negativity. There is nothing you can give to me with what you bring to the table. I am highly motivated. I have esteem. I have abilities that I haven't even tapped into yet, and I don't need negative people around me to sit up there and stop me from reaching my full potential. God got a destiny to align me with Him to make me infinite, and here you are sitting up there putting stuff on me, trying to limit me, trying to block me, trying to cause me to be finite in a season of my growth. Get from around me. I don't like negative people. Don't come. If you see me at work, don't come in my work area. Your spirit contaminates me mentally, physically, and emotionally. There's some things that are about you for you not being for me that I don't want around me. Whether I can see you or can't see you. I don't want you around me. I got things that I'm doing in the season. I'm telling Satan, get from around me. I'm telling the devil, get from around me. God's doing great things in my life, get from around me. I'm telling family members, look, if you ain't for God and you ain't for me, get from around me. There's certain things I will not allow in my life in the season of progression, in the season of growth. And even after the season of growth comes, I still don't want you there. And I'm going to tell you why I don't want you there. Because I refuse to have you destroy what God has given unto me. The devil came in, he said, have you tried my servant Job? Have you tried my servant's job? He goes and he begins to attack the servant. Begins to attack and try to destroy everything. Satan's beginning to attack trying to destroy everything. Lucifer attacking, trying to destroy everything. Let me tell you something. There are certain things God has put in place for me that says that I will be great. There are certain things that God has put into place for me that says I'm going to have more. There are certain things that God has put into place for me that says, look, I'm not of this world. I'm not a part of what y'all got going on. I'm not a part of what y'all about to do or going to do. I'm not a part of that, and my family's not going to be a part of it. Because when God begins to affect me, He's affecting my children too. When God begins to bless me, He's blessing my children too. And the last thing I need in my life is the wrong people, because the wrong people going to bring the wrong season. The wrong people in your life is bringing a season of destruction in a season where it's supposed to be your prosperity. So I'm telling you, young women, get them out from around you. Get them out from around you so that you don't become a dog. With your dog going to sit up there and a dog going to sleep around. A dog going to smoke. A dog going to drink. A dog going to sin. A dog going to do what it do. A dog's on the other side of the mirror, so it's sitting up there and it don't care about God. A dog sitting up there, it don't care what it's doing right now. A dog sitting up there, he ain't really trying to be a soldier for God, but he a soldier nevertheless. A dog gonna sit up there and get it down however. A dog gonna be on all these different levels and stuff like that. But when you actually come into alignment with God, and you stop seeing yourself as a dog, and you start seeing yourself, look, I'm in alignment with God because I'm made in God's image. I'm living like God wants me to live. I'm in alignment with God's words. When you see me, you're seeing me implement the word of God. So now you're seeing me as the way God had predestined you to see me. You're seeing a difference. You're seeing me different. You're seeing me as a God now instead of as a burden. God sitting up there, He's revealing secrets that only He can reveal. So now I'm sitting up there, I'm able to prophesy to you something that I was never able to do. I'm able to see your life. You wondering, okay, well, how can I see your life? Trust me, it's not because I'm hanging out with the devil. It's because I'm hanging out with the veil of God. And God's revealing these secrets to me. Had He not revealed them to me, I would not have known it. So God is aligning me with Him. He's aligning me. He says if I'm going to serve Him, I got to be like Him. I gotta be able to be on His level. So when everybody else is looking like, okay, I do whatever sin say, I'm looking like an apple because I ain't even rolling that way. So this is my alpha season. Everybody else out there having sex, I'm looking like an alpha because I'm not out there having sex. Everybody out there smoking, drinking, getting it down, I'm sitting up there, I'm looking like an alpha because that's not even in my forte. The devil trying to sit up there and make me reap harvests from that foolishness that they carrying on with. And God still protecting me every day. Telling myself, no, this is not your destiny. This is not you. This is not where you're going to end up at. We have to stop sitting up there acting like dogs and start acting like God and start being in alignment with God. And until we actually get in alignment with God, we ain't going to never feel better. We ain't going to never get better. So this is my motivation to you right now. Start getting the word of God in you. Start motivating yourself in the word of God. The word of God is going to take you to another level. Sit up there, start studying trades. Start getting back into school. This is a part of God's will for you. Wisdom has always been a part of God's will for you. Study to show thyself approved. Study, study, study. Grow. Not just in the word of God, but let's grow in the trades as well. Let's grow as people of God. Let's engineer a new future, a new destiny, a new order. And the order is everything under God in obedience. Let's do it. You got this. Let's do it.